My bully is living the life I've always wanted, but I had something she wanted years later. I find it hilarious how my high school bully, who I'll call Becca, turned into some fake nice person, and it makes me sick. It all started during freshman year when I walked past her in the hallway wearing the same perfume she was wearing. She assumed I had copied her when in reality, it was a gift from my aunt to celebrate getting into high school. Becca pushed me against the wall and her friends held me down while she went through my bag to find the bottle of perfume. She removed the cap off the bottle and sprayed perfume in my face and into my mouth. It tasted disgusting, and I gagged and coughed until I was crying on the floor. Everyone around us just stared in fear until Becca pushed past them to head to the cafeteria for lunch. One of my friends helped me up and warned me not to show up in front of Becca for a while if I knew what was good for me. We went over to wash out the horrible taste of perfume in the water fountain. I was pretty traumatized by the experience, but unfortunately, it was only the beginning of endless torture for the next 4 years. By the time I graduated from high school, I was emotionally in shambles. I decided to go to college all the way to California, which was hundreds of miles from where I grew up, to finally get away from all the nightmarish people. But even through college, I kept an eye on Becca through Instagram. I watched her continue to blossom into someone incredibly beautiful, which made me feel worse about myself. She was out traveling the world, partying, fine dining, basically everything that a girl could dream about. And I was here being an absolute overthinking, nervous wreck. But as if to balance out all the bad luck, I ended up meeting my husband at the university's library. He was the first person I let into my life intimately since high school, and spending time with him really helped me heal. I began making friends and trying out things I never thought I'd ever like. I eventually blocked Becca's Instagram and focused on my nursing career and relationship. However, after several years of peace, it came to an end when Becca moved all the way to California and started working as a nurse at my husband's workplace. She acted all nice and excited to be a part of the team, but after a week, a few of the nurses noticed a bit of drama unfolding between other fellow nurses. She was spreading rumors and dividing friendships, just as she did in high school. And eventually, she was able to establish her own group of superior friends at the hospital. Becca and her new group of mean nurses acted quite horrible to a lot of patients. HR even received a complaint from a patient who suffered multiple bruises because Becca refused to listen when the patient explained that he had collapsing veins that made it difficult to place an IV. However, with insufficient evidence, nothing could be done. I got dragged into the drama when Becca started trying to flirt with my husband at work. He explained to me how every break time she would drop her tasks and annoyingly run up to him to talk or make jokes about him playing hard to get. He ranted how he almost ran over her when he was running towards a patient that had an emergency, but the worst was yet to come. A few months after she had joined, the hospital held a company-wide party to welcome all new staff. I attended the party as my husband's +1, but we had to spend a lot of the time apart because of the games, speeches, and awards that he was a part of. I loved seeing him have fun with all his colleagues, but the moment I saw Becca putting her hands on my man and handing him a tissue with her number, my emotions came pouring out. I took the tissue and ran over to Becca, saying in front of everyone at the table, "Bullying me is fine, but flirting with a married man is seriously a new low, even for you." She gave me a confused but clearly angry expression and retaliated, "Bully you? I don't even know you." I laughed in disbelief and said, "I can't believe it. You don't even remember me when I spent years of my life hating you. And now you're here trying to make a mess of things again. It's pathetic." Her mouth hung open, and I took the opportunity to swiftly grab a drink and splash it into her open mouth, just like she sprayed the perfume in my mouth years ago. Before we could jump at each other, my husband and the other nurses pulled us away from each other. My husband and I left the party early, and the following day, he complained to the HR department about the situation. Rather than losing my husband, who was a valuable surgeon in the hospital, they decided to transfer Becca to a sister hospital to prevent any more issues. Unable to fight the decision, she instead voiced her complaints on social media, saying ridiculous things like, "It doesn't take much to be kind to someone." Now, she continues to wreak havoc elsewhere.